Fuck yeah! This is gonna be a fun video to record. Yeah, that part right there snapped, as you can see by the tape, while I was trying to wipe off my lenses. Yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to read like this. Oh, fucking A. But, anyways, this is probably the third video I've made on this topic by now, but at this point, if you think about it, it's something that needs to be fucking talked about. Because what a lot of people don't realize, and let me throw this behind me, there we fucking go, is that this is something that affects our everyday lives. And this is why I keep bringing it up. And this is why I admit I've been milking this topic quite a lot. I've already made, what, 2 videos on it already? And I think this will be my third and final video on it for now. But I was scrolling through the news on groundnews.com, and apparently Trump doesn't really give a fuck about inflation. It says, well, as of right now, that's not his number one concern. By the way, what's JD Vance's response to this? Oh, they have a plan, they claim, but it's gonna take time. Okay. What? So we have an article here from thehill.com that I'm about to attempt to read with one lens out of my glasses. So here we go. Let's see if we can do this now. Here, I'm gonna squint. I'm gonna have to do it like this. 2 months ago, in his first network television interview after the election, hold on, Donald Trump said he owed his victory to Americans' anger over immigration and inflation, especially the rising cost of groceries. Which, if I'm not mistaken, since I'm not reading, we're not going to stress my eyes. And if I'm not mistaken, the main cause of our inflation was because of Trump's trade wars and tariffs with Saudi Arabia, Russia, and China. You know, all that bullshit. Yeah. Trump-tards and people who support Trump are fucking idiots. Because, again, they don't realize Biden's not responsible for the inflation here in America. Again, Trump's tariffs, trade wars with China. But no, you can think all of his trade wars and his tariffs with China, Saudi Arabia, and Russia. All that good nonsense. We're still feeling the effect of some of Trump's term 1 economic policies as well. See, again, what people don't realize is that Biden, and this is fact, okay? This isn't opinion. This isn't anything like that. This is fact. Biden managed to stabilize inflation. He managed to stabilize the economy, deliver Trump a booming stock market. Stock market was at an all-time high, and on top of that, unemployment was at an all-time low. So, again, we're just recovering from Trump's term 1 economic policies. And on top of that, we're now almost about to transition into a lot of what Biden has done for the economy. So as we all know, Trump is obviously going to claim credit for Biden's economic success. Back, go on the one lens glass here. This time we're going to read it like this. This is going to be a fun video. Fuck it. Article goes on to read, when you buy apples, and then I'm winking. I'm doing this. When you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time, he told NBC's Meet the Press. And I won the election based on that. Oh, God, bro. Look at this shit. I'm trying to focus all my seeing power and all my vision into this one eye right here. This eye right here. And I'm trying to close this one because, again, the fucking lens is missing there, but it's not missing there. So there's kind of some vision here. This is going to be a fun video. I wish I had a pirate eye patch. But the article goes on to read here. I got to squint. I got a little. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time, he told NBC's Meet the Press. And I won the election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down. Yeah, again, it's because of your tariffs and trade wars with China, Saudi Arabia, and Russia and all that, you know? The fact that people don't realize that that's where the source of inflation came from is just, it blows my mind that people don't know how to do research. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, there it is. I was cooking that one up. But the article goes on to read, but in Trump's first week back in the White House, there was a little in his initial blitz of executive orders that directly tackled those prices. Besides directing federal agencies to start pursuing appropriate action. God, it is so fucking hard to read out of one lens. Bear with me here, people. He is taking the steps to lower energy costs, something that Trump hopes will have ripple effects throughout the economy. Otherwise, his focus has been clamping down on immigration, which he described as his number one issue shortly after taking the oath of office. I'm keeping all this in, by the way. I don't care. I'm keeping it in. They all said inflation was the number one issue. I said, I disagree, Trump said. I talked about inflation too, but how many times can you say that an apple has doubled in cost? Quite a lot. Oh. Trump is banking on voters giving him a pass and continuing to blame former President Joe Biden for the high prices. There it is. There it the fuck is. This is why I love this website. Because it tells the actual facts. And that's exactly what Trump wants. Is he wants his voter base, and he basically wants people to be like, no, that wasn't my fault. I didn't do that with all my trade wars and tariffs and all that in my first term. No, I didn't do that. That was Joe's fault. Did you notice how everything was going up in price under Joe? It's Joe's fault. No. Had to clear my damn throat. No, but no. Again, it's your fault with your bullshit trade wars and your tariffs and all that shit from your first term. You know? And now you're threatening more tariffs, which, again, will jack the price up of goods. We're not going to list what goods because we've already repeated it many fucking times before. And I think at this point we should all know. And on top of that, I've already seen people complain that gas prices, what do you know, are on the rise. Oh, I wonder why. Article goes on to read, Trump is banking on voters giving him a pass and continuing to blame former President Joe Biden for the high prices. The Republicans' comments reflect the reality that presidents have almost no levers to reduce inflation quickly without causing collateral damage to other parts of the economy. There is more that Trump can do on energy. He is pushing to reduce regulations and increase the amount of land available for drilling, which that's also going to fall through because drilling companies and people along those lines have already said, you can eat a fucking dick, you orange fuck. We're not interested in any of the bullshit you want. So that already fell through. By the looks of it, we ain't going to be drill baby drilling. Other one was better. But the man thinks that, no, it's going to be drill baby drill. You know, that's what we're going to do. No. Oil companies have made it clear that it's no baby no. No drill baby drill. We don't wanna. You know? And so, though, eventually he'll probably throw a little hissy fit like we saw in his first term. That's what he does. Okay, and that's what people don't realize is when he doesn't get his way, he'll make people suffer for it. When Donnie don't get what he wants, people suffer, unfortunately, and it sucks. But that's how the man operates, and this is what America chose. Keep in mind, I didn't fucking vote for this disaster. But other idiots did. Anyway, moving on, article goes on to read, he is trying to persuade domestic and foreign oil producers to potentially sacrifice their own profits by pumping more. He's trying and trying and trying, but again, like I said, they said, go fuck yourself. During a rally Saturday in Las Vegas, Trump went after his Democratic predecessor for allowing prices to rise under his watch, which again was not his fault. That was your fault, you orange fuck, again with all your trade wars and tariffs and all that good shit in your first term. Oops. And again, till this day, we are still feeling the effects of his terrible economic policies. 4 years later, still feeling it. And now with him back in office, he's going to double down on them and make things even worse. Article goes on to read, when I think of Biden, I think of incompetence and inflation, Trump said. Are you sure about that? Because when I think of Biden, I think of all-time low unemployment, all-time high stock market. Let's see, what else? The first step in the process of federal legalization of marijuana. Okay. May I continue? You know, do I need to keep going? Right? But the article goes on to read, inflation peaked at 9.1 annual rate in June. It's June. See, I'm only working with one fucking eye here. Rate in June 2022 during the worldwide supply chain problems after the economic shock of the coronavirus pandemic. And that's another thing, okay? That's another reason why we were having so many economic struggles. It's because we were dealing with a nationwide pandemic that closed down a lot of businesses, that halted a lot of production of things, and, you know, really slowed a lot down. All right? So if anything, how can you blame Joe Biden when, again, literally a good chunk of the economic stress we were facing was because of the coronavirus pandemic? There's nothing Biden can do there. That's the truth. There was nothing he could do about the economy during the pandemic. Because a lot of big chunks of the economy were not working. They were shut down. They were closed down. So what could he do? You know? And that's what people don't realize here. Article goes on to read, overall consumer prices have fallen since then, but have ticked up in the recent months from 2.4% in September to 2.9% in December. The latest figures available, economists have warned that Trump's plans for tariffs and tax cuts could create new inflationary pressures and keep the interest rates elevated. There is no could. There's it will. Okay? There is no it could. There's it will. Vice President J.D. Vance, in an interview with CBS Face the Nation, airing Sunday, defended the White House's work so far. Oh, and here we go. This is what he said. And there was a full fucking article on this. But when I saw this part right here, I'm like, bam. This is what fucking J.D. Vance has to say about this. And this is further proof right here, ladies and gentlemen, that they don't have a plan. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? This is what he had to say. Prices are going to come down. Are going to come down. He's wording it like that to save his ass. So if this gets brought back brought back up in the future. Blah, blah, blah. But if this gets brought back up in the future, and people point to this and, and say, but you said that they could come down. Or basically they could say, you said that they're going to. And then he could basically switch up and be like, some bullshit like, oh, I never guaranteed that they were going to go down. I never said that it was going to be a guarantee. I said that, yeah, they were going to come down, blah, 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 and then try to justify his bullshit. But basically, what he said was, prices are going to come down, but it's going to take a little bit of time, right? He said. He added, Rome wasn't built in a day. But hold on. And correct me on this if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that one of your orange butt buddies fucking promises within the first day to immediately start tackling the prices of grocery stores and, gas prices and stuff like that? Yeah. Well, see, about that. About that. Explain to me why now he's threatening to raise the prices of goods. So basically, what J.D. Vance is saying is that they're going to lower the price of food, the price of gas, and all that. But they don't know how, nor do they know when. Here, let me reword this sentence for you. And let me add what he really wanted to say. Prices are going to come down, but I don't know when, and we don't have a plan, but it's going to take a little bit of time. And then notice how he seeks reassurance with, right? Like, why are you asking the interviewer for validation? Like, right? Are they? As if he's not quite sure. Oh my gosh. It's the stupidity of the people who support these two fucking assholes on how we got here. Article goes on to read here. Trump's relative shift away from addressing costs could create an opening for Democrats to say he is not helping working class voters, hoping that argument could offer the party a path back to power in Washington. Senator Chris Murphy, Democrat out of Connecticut, said Trump preferred to distract people from inflation with talk of adding Greenland to the United States or seizing the Panama Canal, which, okay. It's catnip and it causes everybody to stop paying attention to their actual economic agenda, which has nothing to do with lowering costs and everything to do with rigging the economy to help the Mar-a-Lago crowd, he said. During an interview on Fox News this past week, host Sean Hannity struggled to get Trump to focus on the economy. Let me get to the economy, Hannity said at one point. I'm running out of time. And then Trump basically said the economy is going to do great, Trump insisted. When Trump did talk about inflation in the interview, he noted how low it was during his first term and insisted prices would not have jumped up if he had been president after the 2020. I believe he's talking about Obama's economic success. Let's see what people fail to realize is, well, no, he didn't really do any economic goodness for the country. Let's see. This is from January 2008 to October 2019. Non-farm job growth. And as you can see, Obama blew Trump out of the water. And as you can see, right here, things were going strong until, yikes, what happened here? Until Donald took office. Okay. Right. And then what about the unemployment rate? Right. Yeah, we can thank Obama for that too. Right. Explain to me right here why as soon as Obama left office, things were dropping down on the decline. right? And then this is when Joe got elected. So this is his whole first term right here. And as you can see, right after the recession, going down, down, and then Obama leaves office, continues to go down, down. So that's thanks to Obama. Oh, but what about real medium household income, right? It was starting to go down, down, went up a little bit, started to go down. Yep. And ever since, again, this is old data from Trump's first term, but it pretty much paints a picture of what I'm talking about here and what Trump inherited economically. As you can see, real medium household income, it's going up, up, up. Obama leaves office, and at that point, it continues to go up. So, yeah, this right here is what Trump is taking credit for. Again, he brags about the unemployment rate being so great under him. But he fails to mention the guy before him and where the economy was currently at. Yeah. So, explain to me what exactly, explain to me exactly what oh, nice notification. Thank you, Razer Cortex. But explain to me exactly what great for the economy has he done since his first term? Because I clearly showed you right there where he inherited his booming economy. And that, keep in mind, came straight from the fucking government itself, the Senate Joint Committee. So, if you want to question the source, question the government itself, because again, it came straight from the Senate Joint Committee. Those numbers that I just showed you. But the article goes on to read here. When Trump did talk about inflation in the interview, he noted how it was low during his first term, which I pretty much proved, again, why. That didn't exactly prove the inflation, but that proved the point of where the inflation success and the overall economic success he had in his presidency. All of that pretty much, again, came thanks to Obama. So, yeah. And he's bragging here that prices wouldn't have jumped if he won the 2020 election, even though higher inflation was a global trend coming out of the pandemic. But again, that's what happens when you support the uneducated. It is not clear how Trump would persuade oil companies and foreign countries to quickly increase production, possibly costing them profits. The Energy Information Administration reported that domestic oil production has grown at an annual rate of roughly 8.4% over the past 2 years to an average of nearly 13.5 million barrels a day in October. Nice push. Some Trump aides suggest that it could increase by an additional 3 million barrels a day. It would be difficult to achieve that much additional production in a single year without serious changes to the global market. The International Energy Agency estimates that the oil supplied to the entire world will increase by 1.8 million barrels per day to 104.7 million barrels per day. He also expressed the opposition to climate-friendlier wind and solar energy, which, again, if you think about it, what Trump wants to do is only going to contribute to the obvious ongoing global warming problem we are currently having and facing. And if anything, Trump wants to just contribute to it even more, putting more pressure on the U.S. economy to rely on fossil fuels. EJ Atoni, let me see. Yep, this article's almost over, so we're going to finish it. Fuck it. EJ Atoni, a research fellow at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank in Washington, said the potential increase in energy production under Trump would ultimately flow through the economy in the form of lower prices, which, no, it won't. That's bullshit. His tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada, and on the EU would still affect the prices in the grocery store and at the gas stations as well, so that really wouldn't do too much, if anything. But there is a risk of some of Trump's plans taken as a whole could raise, not reduce prices, because it will. Deporting migrants who are in the United States illegally could deprive company of lower wage workers. The cost of tariffs, which are taxes placed on foreign imports, could be passed on to consumers. Let me fucking read that again there, Trump tards. All right? Let me read that again. But there is a risk of some of Trump's plans, taken as a whole, could raise, not reduce, prices. Deporting migrants who are in the United States illegally could deprive companies of lower wage workers. The cost of tariffs, which are tax placed on foreign imports, could be passed on to the consumers. Oh, but Trump's tariffs aren't bad. No, they ain't gonna raise the price of groceries. No. Trump said that his strategy also might ultimately involve publicly pressuring the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, saying in Davos that he would demand lower rates from central banks, which you can't just do that. It's not how it works. The Fed sees its political independence as key for making tough choices to stabilize prices. Biden saw the independence as worth protecting, whereas Trump sees it as a problematic thing. The Fed raised its benchmark rates starting in 2022 to make more expensive to borrow and succeed enough in reducing inflationary pressures that it could trim rates late last year. Trump believes that greater oil production will put him in a position to tell the Fed what to do. Asked in the Oval Office if he expects the Fed to listen to him, Trump simply replied, yeah, which no, they won't. They will not listen. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's what your current president thinks about the gas prices. There's what your current president pretty much thinks about your cost of living. He could fucking care less. Okay? This is what you voted for. This is what you wanted. So here you go. You know? It's sad that America, well, fake American patriots voted for a man who wants to destroy the country, while true American patriots voted for a person who wanted to save the country and not go back to prehistoric times. But the hypocrites of the world basically pretty much said, nah, fuck that, we're going to go with the old guy, when a lot of those people were saying Biden was too old, right? And I got to call out some hypocrisy real quick. Why is it that Biden is too old, but Trump is just almost as old as Biden, but that don't matter? Like, what's that about? You know? When did we go back on Biden is too old? So if we reelected Trump, then maybe we should have, it's just like, what the fuck? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is all I got for this video for now. Don't worry. I'm going to try to move on from the TikTok and the Trump inflation topics for a little while. I'll try to bring you guys some other news. But like I said, that's all that's been the juicy news. Maybe I'm thinking of possibly doing some casual, non-political news videos like Try Not to Laughs or, basically casual reaction garbage to take a break from it all. Maybe we'll give that a shot and see where that goes and have a little fun on the channel, because I feel like we've been stressing about politics here a little too much, It's just been on and on and on and on. So we'll see. And if you guys got any funny Try Not to Laughs or funny videos that we could watch here on YouTube, let me know. I'll check them out. Anyways, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!